Hello, namaste. It's Leanne Peters here from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to share some guidance for Monday and Tuesday. That's Monday the 4th and Tuesday the 5th of February. So extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. You help me be able to do my work full time and bring these sorts of videos out to you and other people. So I'm really, really grateful. Thank you for helping support me. So hello, it's lovely to see you all. So if you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is using my deck of cards here. I'm using my combined Speed of Light Oracle cards with my Animal Kingdom Oracle cards. These are combined to make a 110 card deck. So this is the deck I'll be using, and I'll be looking for the best card for Monday, the best card for Tuesday, and then the best card for the theme for Monday and Tuesday. I'm not doing any personal requests for guidance here today. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared will be helpful and supportive for you. So just take on board what feels right, what resonates, what makes sense to you, what fits into your life easily, and let the rest go. If it doesn't fit in, doesn't matter. You don't need to force everything I say into your life, because it's probably not all going to make sense. In fact, if it does all make sense, I would be very surprised. So just take the little snippets and the little bits that speak to your heart and speak to your life, and work with those things to help improve who you are, to help you improve your life. That's really what it's all about. I'm here to help support you and help remind you how powerful you are. So let's get started, shall we? I'm going to shuffle and start. So I'm standing up here. It's, well, what time is it? Let's have a look. It's Monday the 4th here at 6:16 p.m. So we're facing east here. So it's a little bit of cloud. The smoke has dispersed. The wind changed direction, I'd say, and has blown the smoke the other direction. So there's no fires around here where I am, but we're certainly getting some smoke from the fires nearby. So it just happens. So I trust everyone's safe and well. So I'm looking now for the best card for Monday, the 4th of February. So Monday the 4th of February, and I'm just basically shuffling the cards and holding the intention of finding the best card for Monday the 4th for the majority of us. And I trust in my deck, and I trust 100% that the best card will find its way to the top. And we have an Animal Kingdom Oracle card, this one. It's the echidna, my good friend, the echidna. Have you ever seen one? They are absolutely adorable. In fact, I was driving back from dropping my daughter at work just over here. That we've got a bit of a bridge called a causeway just over here, and all the traffic stopped when I was driving back after dropping her off at work. I think it was last week. It was not that long ago. And we were all stopping to let an echidna cross the road. They are adorable. So this is the echidna, card 19, and the message from the echidna says, don't dwell on the details. So on Monday we're being encouraged to think about, if this works for us, not to get too caught up in the details and the nitty-gritty and the making things more complicated than they probably need to be. So the echidna really reminds us to just keep going. Just notice, observe what stands out for us, what we're curious about, and then just keep going. Do we need to make a mountain out of a molehill? Do we need to dig deeper to find the problem, or to find a reason or an excuse for something? Maybe we don't need to. Maybe we just need to just keep on walking, go to where we're going, let other people deal with their stuff in their worlds, and not pull us in or not pull ourselves into other people's problems, but just sort of get our head down and just keep going. That's the message that I'm feeling from the echidna. So the echidnas are great diggers. They eat ants. They're anteaters. But they're always on the move. If you scare one, so if you take it by surprise, I suppose, they'll dig a burrow down and have their little spines out, poking out. But usually they're just sort of wandering around. They like wandering around the roads, unfortunately, or beside the road. But they are adorable and just, really reminding us to keep going. Keep going. And I guess too with the quills of the echidna, just reminding us to keep our boundaries strong. So if we do have people trying to pull us into dramas, or we're putting ourselves in other people's business and we're just really encouraged to put our head down and just keep going, maybe we need to also keep our boundaries strong and just keep our protection up, so that we don't get pulled into things that we don't need to really be tending to or thinking about. So the echidna, don't dwell on the details. That's our message for Monday. So I trust it makes sense for you. See how it fits in to your Monday. So now I'm looking for the best card for Tuesday, the 5th of February. Tuesday the 5th. So I trust you're feeling good, and I trust that things are flowing well for you. And if they're not, then sending you lots of love. We have seagulls playing around in the background. So, Tuesday the 5th of February, and the best card I trust is this. It's a Speed of Light Oracle card. Hello everyone. It's the White Tiger. This is a featured card, which means it has further instructions here. And they say to split the deck and take the top card. So we're just going to split the deck and take this card. It's the Owls. So let's just shuffle around here. I'm standing up, so I don't want to put things down. It's quite breezy at times. So we have the White Tiger and the Owls that have come up together, and they've come up together for a reason for Tuesday. So let's have a little deeper look into these and see why they might have come up together. So what I'm going to do is look at these separately, and then we're going to look at their relationship together. This is the White Tiger, card 48. It says schedule, routine, adjustment, and management. This is about really thinking about how we're, or not necessarily thinking about, but really observing how we're spending our time on Tuesday or at the moment. As we change, our priorities change, which means our schedule, our routine, how we spend our time changes and shifts too. So it's probably important for us to think about, at least on Tuesday, maybe even on Monday, maybe we've already been thinking about this, what needs to shift as far as our schedule and how we're spending our time. Do we need to make more time for ourselves? Do we need to make more time? Like for me, my theme for this month is intimacy on all levels across the board. So part of me bringing intimacy deeper into my experience now and throughout February, and hopefully further on from there, is I have to make time for it. So I have to look at where I can fit it into my schedule. It sounds very routine, but that's just the way it has to be. So I have to make time for what I want and what I want to bring forward in my life. So what do you need to make time for? What have you been, what's out of balance perhaps with your own schedule or your own priorities? And is there a shuffle that's taking place that you're working out? So maybe something to think about with the White Tiger. And then we've got the Owls here. This is card 35. And they say here, the power of observation. So the Owls are reminding us to observe, to pay attention, to notice. Not necessarily take action, unless we feel we need to, but to really just observe, listen, feel, be. So how will this fit into this card? This is about really observing how we're spending our time on Tuesday, but across the board at the moment. So how are we spending our time these days? And what do we need to notice about it? Perhaps we're going about, maybe some of us are going about things very, out of habit, not really paying much attention to what we're doing. And before we know it, the day's ended and we haven't really done much. So if there's a lot of time wasting, a lot of procrastination that's happening in our schedule and in our time, it might be something to observe and really notice so that we can do something about it. Our time is very precious. We're not going to get this day back. So let's make the most of our precious moments. Fill them up with joy and love and happiness and learning and discovering, overcoming obstacles, finding solutions, getting to know ourselves deeper, interacting with other people, whatever it is that we want as individuals. So there might be something to observe, something to notice about how we're spending our time, or what needs to shift in regards to how we're spending our time. So I love this card. I love the white tiger because it is something very important to do. I mean, I am often reflecting on how I spend my time, probably a couple of times a month, because I have noticed strongly that as I change, as I evolve, as I grow, my schedule has to evolve and grow too. So if I want to spend more time in self-care, for example, I can't keep booking myself out because I'm not honouring the space I'm moving into, and that's not being reflected in the way I'm spending my time. So if I want to spend more time with me, if I want more self-care, I have to look at my schedule and fit it in somewhere. So things need to adjust as a result. So we have to make time for the things we want, which means some things need to leave our schedule permanently or temporarily. It will depend on what it is and how it feels for us. I know for me, in a few instances in my life, I was going to like regular, say, meditation circles or regular gatherings, weekly or fortnightly, and I was quite happy in those, and then suddenly I'd go and I just felt like this is the last one I'm going to be going to, and it's just suddenly that door's closed. So, sometimes these things happen, things shift, things change to make the way for new things in our life. So something to think about on Tuesday or on Monday if it's important for you at the moment. So don't just wait till Tuesday because it's Tuesday's guidance. If it's something you're curious about now, on Monday or Sunday, then why not give it some thought? So I'm now looking for the best card for the theme. The theme card. Gotcha. I've had cards fly out of my deck and drop down underneath the deck. And I don't want to crawl under there and get them. So I'm trying really hard to not drop any cards. But what I'm doing now is I'm looking for the theme card for Monday and Tuesday. So the theme card will help us bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for Monday and Tuesday. Okay, so the theme card is this. It's a Speed of Light Oracle card. And it's this. It's the Yogi. I love it. This is the Yogi card 32. And the keywords down here say teacher, student, wisdom, study, and leader. I know here in Australia, in Aussie land, a lot of children and students are going back to school this week or last week, or depends in which state you're living. My daughter's going back to school on Wednesday. So there is a lot of, getting back into prep for learning and being the student or supporting our students if we're parent figures. So that energy's around strongly at the moment, at least here in Australia, maybe in your area too. But this card means more than that as well, potentially. So for you, it might simply just mean that there's a lot of, preparing for school and things changing to your schedule because students are back at school. So that could be simply what it is. But recently, in recent months, I've learned more about this card, and it brings with it a new level of understanding, a new level of realization about maybe something we'd been stuck with or didn't understand or couldn't comprehend or we were confused by. This brings the aha moments. I get it. I see why I went through that or why I needed to do this or not do that. Things seem to fall into place when this card comes up. Like we get it. So a new level of understanding at a deeper level for some of us will present itself over Monday and Tuesday, where we get it. And when we get it, when we understand it, when we receive that aha moment, I get this, now I get it, we can work with that now. How can we work with what we're understanding to help improve ourselves, to improve our lives, and to change and shift things for us? So if you realize a new level of truth, or a new truth about your life, or a new truth about yourself, or something new that you're discovering, how can you fit this into your schedule? How can you make this work for you and fit into your life experience? So we don't need to search for this. We can feel around for it. That's what I do. I love to feel around. Sometimes I just get it, like I wake up in the morning or the middle of the night. It's like, I get it. It makes sense now. But sometimes I do feel around for it. So to feel around for it, for me, that would look like me feeling on what I'm feeling. I'd be writing probably in my journal, writing down how I feel, what's been going on for me. And usually, almost always, that trails into some new understanding for me, a realization, a new wisdom that I can then take and explore and get excited about and work out how I can fit this into my life. How can I create and embody this new understanding that I've personally reached? So very exciting energy, new depths that a lot of us are embracing at the moment if we're open to it, if we're open to going below the surface. There's a lot that we're learning right now, and it's very, very exciting. So the yogi, I get very excited when he comes up because I love the feeling and the thrill of a new understanding, a new wisdom, a new pearl of wisdom that I discover. And not because someone told me, not because I read it in a book necessarily, although, it might spark something exciting. It's when we discover it ourselves, there's something so powerful about that. So don't be afraid to feel on what you're confused about, and let the pearl of wisdom, the little treasure within that, find its way to the surface. But you don't need to search it or seek it out. Let it come to you. Feel your way into it. It's like feeling your way into the haystack so you can find that little gem that's hidden inside. If someone reaches in and grabs that gem and passes it to you, it might be cool. Yeah, I found the gem. I don't have to go through the haystack. But there's something very special about it when we go through the digging and the searching and the confusion and find it ourselves. There's something really magical about that. So you can do it. We can do it. So try not to force it or go searching or seeking. Let it come to you. But be proactive in searching. Not searching. Be proactive in feeling it into form or letting it manifest in your life. So that's the yogi, student, teacher, a new wisdom that some of us may be understanding at an exciting new level over Monday and Tuesday. So very exciting. Thank you so much for connecting. I've used my combined Speed of Light Oracle cards with my Animal Kingdom Oracle cards. These have been completely created by me, and you can learn more about both decks, either deck, on my website at templeofbalance.com.au. You can work with them together like this. It's so fun. Or you can work with them separately. They're quite good and very good actually on their own as well. So have a look if you're inspired to. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, just send us a message through our website. So I have new earrings I put on the website today. Not these, because these are my personal ones, but new crystal earrings. So there's 4, I think, left now. If you want to have a look, check them out on my website. Also, we've got our Australian tour potentially coming up in winter. We do require minimum bookings, though. Minimum numbers have to be reached for each individual city by the end of this month. So that means we're quite urgently needing bookings to make sure these events happen. I'm okay with them not happening. of course, I'd love them to happen, but if we don't get the minimum numbers, it's okay to cancel. So if it's something you're drawn to and you feel inspired by, then please have a look. When we tour Sydney, potentially, have a look on my website and see if it speaks to you and if it resonates. And hopefully you'll be able to book or pay a deposit perhaps this month, so that we can hopefully get some cities confirmed, if not all of them. So that would be good. Just have a look on my website, you'll find information out. And if you want to learn more about me and the work that I do, please visit my website at templeofbalance.com.au. So thanks so much for connecting today. I really appreciate you spending your precious time with me. So thank you so much. Sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. So I'll see you next time, and namaste to you. Bye. Thanks, Fiona.